Hi, beautiful people. It's Wonderful Wednesday. I'm April Roll, your ER doctor online, and May is Mental Health Month. So, in celebration and honor of Mental Health Month, in this video, I'm going to talk about stress. Why? Because everybody has stress. And I know stress gets a really bad rep and it has an immediate negative connotation, but I'm going to actually give you the definition of stress as it pertains to the body, health, and wellness. Stress itself is just something that the body encounters and it basically changed or disrupted its normal plan of action or whatever, okay? Its normal pharmacological way of being. So I just want to give you a little example, and I'm going to use a puddle of water. So, if a person has a plan to walk in a straight line and there's a puddle in the way of their straight path, they have to make a decision if they don't want to get their foot wet, right? And they want to continue walking. So, the puddle of water acts as a stress because now you have to change your plan of walking in a straight line. Like I said, if you don't want to get your feet wet, you gotta choose: do I go left to avoid the puddle? Do I go right? Do I step over the puddle if it's small enough? Do I jump over the puddle? What am I gonna do, right, about this puddle that is in my way? Now, what I believe people get the negative connotation or negative feelings towards stress from is actually this decision making process. Because even though I'm using a simple example of walking, trying to avoid the puddle while you were planning to walk in a straight line, obviously the stress can be anything and it can be a much larger thing than that in terms of a life changing situation. So back to the puddle. The decision making process is what I think is what's giving stress a bad rep, because a lot of the time people have anxiety about what to do in this decision making process. Anxiety is just because some people actually don't know. I found from working in the ER, a lot of people actually don't know what anxiety is. And it's just an uneasiness or a fear, actually, that something dangerous is going to happen or something bad is going to happen. And it is that negative feeling of, feeling uneasy, feeling like something bad is going to happen, and all the emotions that may come along with the anxiety or with the decision making process. Those are the reasons that I feel that stress gets a bad rep. Because again, the puddle is the stress, but every emotion that comes with the decision making process is usually lumped into that stress when people say things like, I'm stressed out. They're usually referring to whatever other negative emotions are coming along with that stress. Stress is not good or bad. It simply just is, right? So I'm going to take this same example where, someone may have a little negative connotation, negative feelings that arise from a puddle that's in your path of walking, because you may be afraid you might slip on the puddle, you might get your shoes or feet wet, you may fall and break something, or just fall in general, get your clothes wet, whatever the case may be. So those are all negative things that are associated with the puddle in your way and what may happen as you try to encounter and overcome or overpass, overtake, whatever the case may be, the puddle. But I want you to think for a second, if you were a kid, or if this were a kid in this example, the puddle actually might bring about feelings of happiness. Because little kids, especially toddlers, when they see puddles, the first thing they want to do is jump in it because they want to splash around in the water. It's fun to them. It may even be the highlight of their day. Okay? Same exact puddle, same exact stress. But in the first example, may bring about some negative emotions. In the second example, it may actually bring about some positive emotions. So this is the point that I wanted to point out here. The bad rep of stress. It is all within your mindset, okay? The whole I'm stressed out, I'm this, I'm that is negative. I don't want to deal with stress. I don't want any stress in my life. I want to eliminate it. It's all about your mindset, because as I just pointed out in this very simple example, it's all about perspective. In the first example, the perspective is really negative. In the second example with the little kid, the stress actually, like I said, brought about some happiness. So it's all about how you view the situation, okay? And you have control over what you are thinking about the actual stress. And that's really what I wanted to point out in this video as well. I did want to go over the definition of stress, and that it's actually just a thing, and point out that the negative connotation and feelings that arise from it are usually related to feelings of anxiety or frustration or anger, or whatever the case may be, of how we're going to deal with that particular stressor. And the third thing that I wanted to point out, after the definition of stress, after the fact that you may be actually having anxiety about the stress and what is anxiety, the third thing that I wanted to point out is it's all about perspective. It's all about your mindset, how you view things and how you view the world. You have control in terms of what your reaction will be to things that happen in your life. So, obviously sometimes bad things happen and you gotta deal with those, right? But a lot of the times with stress, we can make the situation worse because of whatever other, like I said, negative thoughts, anger, frustration, anxiety that we immediately tack onto the stress. The stress ain't have nothing to do with that. We tacked on the rest of those emotions with it. Sometimes it is hard to avoid some of those emotional responses, but with time and with working on your mindset, again, this is Mental Health Month, with working on your mindset, working on your perspective, how you view the world, and how you basically function within the world is very important. And that's why I'm bringing it to you during this wonderful month of May, during Mental Health Month. So if you learned anything from this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you know anybody who either deals with anxiety, or you just feel like this video will help them out in terms of informational, have them open their mind about thinking about, like I said, perspective and how they view things that are going on in their life. So share this video with them. If you have any questions, put those in the comment section below. If you have any requests for future Wonderful Wednesdays topics, put that in the comment section below. But I thoroughly enjoyed this video and talking to you all about information about mental health and about stress and about anxiety and about mindset and perspective. Thank you so much for sharing this wonderful Wednesday with me. Be blessed and stay healthy.